What's going on? This is Kareem from DJBooth.net, and I'm here in the lab to give you guys a really quick rundown video review of the new Mixars LTA Professional DJ Turntable. So what this bad boy is the latest and greatest, or one of the only turntables that the newest company on the block, Mixars, has just turned out. It in fact is a Super-OEM turntable. If you guys heard this channel before, you know that Super-OEM is just a term for an early turntable made about 15 years ago by a company called Handpin. And most turntables today that is not a Technics 1200 usually has the underpinnings of this Super-OEM turntable. That means the Stanton ST150s, even the Pioneer PLX 1000. You also have the Audio-Technica AT-LP 1240, and you also have other turntables like the RP 7000 and RP 8000 by Reloop. So a lot of turntables out there have this same Super-OEM underpinnings, and so does the new Mixars LTA. So it's a really cool turntable. As you guys can see here, it has a nice black finish to it. It does have a rather plasticky shell to it. All of the different panels above the top and everything is completely like plastic. There is a really thin coat of rubber on the top portion or the top panel of the LTA, but in my opinion, I'd rather for this to have a more metal feel to it, or even a really thick style of coating to it. But unfortunately, it's just a plastic material. It's no real worry. It does feel solid. It doesn't give you a whole lot of hum or feedback or anything like that because it is a plastic shell, but still would have liked to see a nice metal top at least, because I'm old school like that, and a lot of turntablists or people who use turntables are used to like a Technic 1200 style feel. So that's why a lot of turntables today still have that metal top at least. But the LTA is all plastic, which actually makes it easier to lug around and save on weight if you're a mobile DJ. But you got to make sure if you're a mobile DJ and you're moving this around that you're going to get a case with it. So moving right along, it does have some really cool features that not all Super-OEM turntables have. A lot of turntables that are Super-OEM try to keep a bare bones style appearance to it, so it doesn't have the different features that you're going to see here on the Mixars LTA. So first up, you'll notice they have the start and stop button right here in the corner, and it has the on and off power switch as well, along with your 33 and 45, so that way you can change the speed. All of the buttons have a nice rubberized coating to them. I do like the feel of all of the buttons and how everything feels really assuredly when you push it, and you know exactly where you're on at a glance. It has a nice blue LEDs everywhere, so you can indicate exactly what's going on with the turntable. So one of my minor gripes just cropped up as soon as I turned on and off the unit. Whenever you turn the unit off, the outputs that are located on the back of the unit completely shut off as well. So for you guys who like to do these motor off tricks like I do sometimes, once you turn off that motor, or you stop this with the power switch here on top, you're going to stop the entire turntable, which means you won't have any more sound coming out of the turntable. That's another one of my minor gripes for the LTA. Other than that, it's really solid start and stop. Of course, you also have your 3345, and you have a nice solid heavy duty platter, and it also comes with a Mixars slip mat as well. Next up, you notice a lot of Super-OEM turntables usually have dual start and stops, but for this bad boy, you have a start and stop in the corner, and up in the other corner, you have the silver RJ45 adapter. Alright, so next up is the next side, and here you can see they have that classic Super-OEM RCA style jack for the target light. You can replace these very easily if you happen to miss it, or you can just remove it completely if you don't need to use it. You also have your start and stop adjustment knobs, which allow you to adjust the start and stop speed of your start and stop button. So if you have this set really high, that means you will have a really quick start and stop, or if you have it adjusted really low, then that means that you're going to have a really slow start up or stop, or break speed as I like to call it. You also have a reverse button here, so you can make the platter play in reverse completely. Really cool feature. Again, this is one of those extra features that not all of these Super-OEM turntables have. And you also have a quartz lock button, which means it will always return you guys back to absolute zero no matter where you are within your pitch slider range. And speaking of the pitch slider range, you actually have the ranges of 8%, 16%, and 50%. So you can make this bad boy go very fast or very slow, depending on what kind of situation you guys are playing in. Next up, you have your pitch slider, which itself is very, very nice. It doesn't feel plasticky at all, even though it probably is on the internals, but it feels really, really nice, and it has a nice resistance to it, so it's really good for getting that accurate pitch. I really like the pitch slider on the LTA. Also here, you guys can see it has a nice straight tone arm like the all black design. It looks really sleek, really fresh, and it's a really nice turntable, straight tone arm turntable design. And you guys also have the ability to adjust the height on the tone arm, and you have the nice cool counterbalance weight in the back, which looks really, really cool, and it's all black construction as well. On the back, you guys will notice this is the only turntable out there that actually has 2 RCA outputs, which means you guys can output this turntable at the same time to 2 different mixers. So that might be really handy for someone who's using these in an installation or a complete setup in a club or at a party or bar somewhere, because that way when a DJ comes in with their own mixer or their own controller, it's easy for them to plug in without disconnecting the turntable from the house mixer or wherever else they're plugging the other output into. It could also be useful for maybe scratch battle DJs that can think of something crazy to come up with when you need 2 different DJs in order to play a set. Maybe they can share one common beat coming out of one turntable, while the other turntable they can get their scratching on with. So it's a lot of different possibilities with this turntable having 2 different RCA outputs that emit the sound at the same time. Really cool feature to have, and it's really nice here on the LTA. So in conclusion, the new Mixars LTA Professional Super OEM turntable is a really, really good choice for anyone who's looking to switch it up and get a different style turntable, or for anyone who wants to get into the turntable game and they just don't have turntables yet, maybe coming from a controller. Then this is one of their top options right here. It has all of those extra Super OEM features that not all other Super OEM turntables have, such as your reverse function, your quartz lock, your pitch range, and it also has the start and stop break speed adjustment as well. You also have a nice, strong, solid platter, strong, solid, ultra high torque direct drive motor, just like the other Super OEM turntables. And you also have that really cool straight tone arm, and it's all black finish. Really good stuff here on the Mixars LTA. It also has those dual RCA outputs on the rear as well, so that way you can output the the turntable to 2 different mixers. It's really easy to do. All you gotta do is plug in your 2 RCAs and you're ready to go. On the downside, it's a completely plastic shell. I wish they had at least a metal top on this bad boy, or some metal on the sides, or more coating of some sort, but it's all plastic as it is. So if you're taking this bad boy on the road, you're definitely going to need a road case, a really heavy duty case, and just be careful with them and you should be fine. On the other downside, as soon as you guys turn off the power of the motor, the whole entire turntable cuts off, including the outputs on the rear of the turntable. So anybody who wants to use this bad boy for your motor off tricks, or you're used to turning your power off to do motor off tricks, you won't be able to do it here, because as soon as you turn off the power, you don't get any more sound emitted out of the outputs. Other than that, once again, great turntable, Super OEM underpinnings, and it looks really, really sleek, really stylish with that all black finish. It's really cool stuff here from the Mixars group. So for more on the full written review, you can head on over to www.djbooth.net/DJS, or you can just simply click on the link at the top of this video description. And as always, thanks for watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Travis Scott, Tugger, baby. I bought 4, I call your whore, just a fucking short. I just went got my door, pulling off and I'm gone. Then I go up before, then I roll up, then I'm calling your whore. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you're home, baby. It's lit, I'm in the zone, baby. Straight up, I just put it before, baby. Never will I cheat on you, never will I commit treason. Blowing the bag on you, you all of that for no reason. I'ma pull up in my toe, hitting the block and I'm bleeding, throwing that rolling on you. I like the way it be freezing. Pick up the phone, baby. I know you're home, baby. It's real.
up, now I'm